Ano yun? Alin yun?
But the question is, why was it in your account if it was not opened at all?
7-3.
It was opened, Your Honor, sometime in December 2009. But the subpoena requires us to just stipulate the balances of this account as of the end of 2009, December 31, 2009. And we that's why
And
we
as of that date,
As of
December
that date-
31, 2009, it has a zero balance.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Do I get it to mean, Mr. Witness, that there is no record for the following year, December 31, 2010?
Very leading, Your Honor. We want...
No
Let
record.
the witness answer.
There is no record for December 31, 2010 because the account had already been closed.
Oh.
Your Honor, may I make a manifestation and motion, Your
What
Honor?
is the manifestation about?
The witness had earlier testified or stated that he was unable or did not bring to this tribunal the opening documents and the certification showing the year-end balances of several other accounts, Your Honor. And may I
What are those accounts?
may I read for the record, Your Honor, that the accounts that the witness says he did not bring records on are, number 1, 089-191-000-373.
All right.
Number 2, 089-131-00282-6. Number 3,
That's 6 or 26?
2-6.
26, Your Honor.
Be careful with the way you ask your questions.
Number 3, Your Honor, account number 089-141-00712-9.
That's 9 or 29?
2-9.
29, Your Honor.
Why are you using dash 9?
Because there is a dash in the account number, Your Honor. But the number read sequentially would read 089-141-00712-9.
At this juncture, Your Honor, with the kind permission of the Honorable Court, the manifestation is not totally correct, Your Honor. When the witness stated he does not have with him the documents asked for, is because it does not exist. That is the statement of the witness.
Just a minute.
That is your manifestation.
The request for subpoena
Yes.
identified this account as 089-1-141-007-129. And you are giving us another account with a dash.
It's the same account, Your Honor, except that the dash was in the original records, but does not appear in the
Wait a
subpoena.
minute. How did you have? Why did this? How did the prosecution get these numbers, which are totally different from the account numbers in the bank?
May I clarify, Your Honor? They are not different. They are the same numbers. May I read it again, Your Honor?
If Your Honor, please, at this juncture, since
No,
this
wait a minute. Don't interrupt, please. Go ahead.
I'd like to read the several accounts that the
No, read the last one that you mentioned.
089-141-007-129.
Not dash 9, huh?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
And then the other account is I am now reading from the subpoena, Your Honor. 089-141-007-469. Next, Your Honor, is 089-141-008-145.
Okay.
And lastly, Your
So
Honor,
this number correspond with the number according to the records of the bank, if you know.
that is why we were trying to establish.
You just say if you know or you do not know.
I do not know for sure,
All right.
Your Honor.
Okay. So this is the request for subpoena. We use these numbers.
Yes, Your Honor. And then the last account number is 089-121-011-957, Your Honor, as the last account. Finished?
I do not have that number.
I see. Okay. We read, Your Honor, the accounts. Your Honor. May I make a correction, Your Honor, that last account is
The
not
last
included,
account
Your Honor.
was already
Yes, Your Honor.
discussed.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, may we now make a manifestation that in view of the failure of the witness to bring the subpoenaed documents for 5 accounts, Your Honor, may we ask that the tribunal direct the witness to present the subpoenaed documents for these 5 accounts, Your Honor, they being already mentioned in the subpoena earlier issued by this Honorable
We have
Tribunal.
already directed them in the subpoena.
Yes, Your Honor, but because they have failed to comply with the subpoena, Your Honor, may we invoke the rules and ask the Honorable Tribunal to take appropriate action to enforce obedience, Your Honor, to the subpoena that was
Mr.
issued.
Witness, why did you not bring the records of the accounts mentioned, the 5 accounts?
Your Honor, if I may explain...
No, just tell me. Go directly. Don't beat around the bush. Direct answer. Why?
The direct answer, sir, is because we had assessed and determined that the disclosure of these accounts would have exposed us to criminal liability, and we therefore then sought guidance from the Supreme Court on a petition that we made this morning to provide us that guidance, Your Honor.
The gentleman from Cebu, Senator Smenya.
Thank you. Mr. Witness, these 5 accounts, are they dollar or peso?
They are dollar accounts, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
So you are invoking your right to keep silent because
Your Honor,
of criminal liability?
Your Honor, we have requested the guidance of the Supreme Court, and we thought it best that we do not disclose at this particular time anything on the dollar deposits because it would have invoked us to criminal liability. The law on CDU deposits, Your Honor, specifies that these are absolutely confidential, and if we do disclose without the consent of the depositor, we would have been exposing ourselves to possible criminal liability with an imprisonment of...
You ask your, I direct you to ask advice from your counsel. If I ask you to disclose this account, would you do it?
With much regret, Your Honor, at this time we cannot because we had filed a petition with the Supreme Court earlier.
The Minority Floor Leader.
Sir President, I'd just like to clarify, sabi ho nung witness, humingi kayo ng guidance sa Supreme Court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano pong final nyo sa Supreme Court?
We requested for them to give us a ruling, actually.
No, please be very honest with this court. Ano ang final nyo sa Supreme Court at anong hiningi nyo?
We asked for a temporary restraining order to restrain and protect us, restrain the court and protect us from having to disclose these documents because we believe that it is
Mr. President, I'll cut you there. please be honest with this court. Ang sinabi mo kasi, you're seeking guidance. Kung declaratory relief ang final nyo, ibig sabihin, humihingi kayo ng opinion nila at guidance. Ang hiningi nyo sa kanila, TRO at saka injunction. Ibig sabihin, may stand na kayo na magiging liable kayo kaya hindi nyo lalabas. Magkaiba yung dalawang yan. Anyway, we will give you leeway personally because I assume you're not a lawyer. Are you a lawyer?
No, sir. No,
so,
sir, not a lawyer.
But please, be very honest with this court. I will let it slide this time because siguro wala kang intention na ganyan. Pero ibang-iba po yung sinasabi nyong eto ang stand ng bangko nyo at ibang-iba na sinasabing humihingi kayo ng guidance. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Gentleman from Pampanga.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a manifestation because I think the witness mentioned that because of their fear of incurring criminal liability, they refused to bring the documents as subpoenaed. Is that correct?
We refrain from doing so, sir.
Because of fear of criminal liability?
Yes, sir, because our understanding of the FCDU law stipulates such.
Yes. Well, under the revised penal code, just for the information, Article 11, Chapter 2, justifying circumstances. And if I may quote, the following do not incur any criminal liability. Number 5, any person who acts in the fulfillment of a duty or in the lawful exercise of a right or office. And number 6, any person who acts in obedience to an order issued by a superior for some lawful purpose. Perhaps they may reconsider their position given this justifying circumstance under the revised penal code.
Mr. President,
The lady senator from Taguig.
I would just like to direct my questions to the witness. Mr. Witness, you mentioned that you are not a lawyer.
Yes, Your Honor.
And do I understand correctly that you made your decision not to bring the subpoenaed documents upon advice of your counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you were advised by counsel or counsels that you would not be violating the law, then you would submit to this honorable court?
I believe so, yes, Your Honor.
So the reason you do not have it right now is upon that advice, you now decided that you will go to the Supreme Court on certiorari.
The
And
advice... Sorry, ma'am.
Please proceed.
The advice of our counsel is by so doing, we will open ourselves to possible violation of this law, which includes criminal liability. And on the basis of that advice, we made a decision actually that we...
But is it also true, Mr. Witness, that you made a distinction between the local accounts, the peso accounts, and
Yes, Your Honor.
you brought them because of your belief that you are not violating any law? Do I follow your logic?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. As a matter of fact, I would have covered that in an opening statement that I had earlier wanted to make, but unfortunately was not allowed to do so. No, we would have explained that there are two laws governing deposits, one for peso deposits and another for foreign currency deposits. And for the peso deposits, while there is secrecy of bank deposits and confidentiality, it clearly stipulates that the exceptions to this rule actually is by the order of the impeachment court. And because of that, we have therefore complied
Yes.
and we have cooperated. And
Yes,
provided.
we are aware because we have debated this quite lengthily in caucus and we have come to our own conclusions, which is why we have asked you to produce those documents. I think this will be my final question. Were you also advised that based on the resolution of this impeachment court, wherein you were required to produce those documents, that there is also possibility of you being held in contempt?
Yes, we were also advised, Your Honor.
I just want to be sure that the witness is properly advised. And one last point on the criminal liability that you mentioned. Does that liability expose the witness as in his capacity as president, the officers, or what is your understanding of the law?
My understanding of the law is anyone who violates it